Continuation. The shape of the inhibitor is spherical shape and the shape of the substrate is rectangle shape, right? Here inhibitor reduce association between enzyme and substrate. How? How means inhibitor bind to the enzyme other than the active site. Other than the active site. Other than the active site. Therefore, what happened? The shape of the active site get changed. The shape of the active site changed. Then what happened? Due to this change, substrate unable to bind with enzyme. The type of inhibition is known as non-competitive inhibition. Hope you understood. Example, salts of heavy metals. That's all. Hence, inhibition are of two kinds, competitive inhibition and non-competitive inhibition. Right? Competitive inhibition example, melanate and succinate combination. Non-competitive inhibition example, copper, silver, mercury and some other toxins. That's all. Right? Next concept, nomenclature of enzymes. Nomenclature. Of enzymes. What is nomenclature? Naming of enzymes. The process of giving names to the enzymes according to IUBMB. IUBMB stands for IUBMB stands for International Union of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. IUBMB, International Union of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. It's one of the international government organization. This government organization gives specific names to the enzymes based on their source or based on their function, etc. Right? Mostly the name of enzyme ends with "ase". First condition, the name of enzyme ends with suffix "ase". Suffix "ase". Some examples: amylase, lipase, lipase or lipase, protease, ase. Right? So, in majority of animal enzymes, plant enzymes or microbial enzymes, the name of the enzyme ends with the suffix "ase". That is first condition. Second condition, name given to the enzyme after their source. Simple example, papain. Just now I told papain and bromelain. Papain obtained from papaya fruit. Whereas bromelain obtained from pineapple fruit. Just now I said that papaya fruiting leaf plant, pineapple also fruiting leaf plant. Papaya fruit produce an enzyme that is called papain. Papain enzyme widely using for meat tenderizing, means for cooking meat within short duration of time. Next, pineapple belongs to family Bromeliaceae. Bromeliaceae, bromelain. Link is there, na? So based on their source, also IUBMB given names to the enzymes. And some enzyme names never end with the suffix "ase". That is third category. Some examples: pepsin, trypsin, casein, etc. Pepsin, trypsin, casein. These enzyme names, it never ends with the suffix "ase". These are the nomenclature of enzymes. Means naming of enzyme is known as nomenclature. IUBMB usually gives names to the enzymes based on their source or function, or a suffix ends with "ase". Try to understand this concept. Understood now? That's all. Next to classification of enzymes. Nomenclature of enzymes also important for NEET object exam. Don't do neglect. Then classification of enzymes. Classification. Enzymes can be classified into 6 categories based on their structure and function. Based on their structure and function, all enzymes, means plant enzymes, animal enzymes, microbe enzymes, all enzymes can be classified into 6 classes, 6 groups. Okay. First one, oxido reductases, also called dehydrogenases. Second one, transferases. Third one, hydrolases. Fourth one, liases. And the fifth one, isomerases. And the sixth one, ligases. These are the different types of enzyme groups. How can we remember in order? Means simple code OTHLIL. OTHLIL. Remember like this. Usually it is the theoretical part now. So how can we remember many points? Means by using coding system. O means oxido reductase, also called dehydrogenases. T means transferases, right? H means hydrolases. L means liases. I means isomerases. One more L, ligases. But you don't confuse between liases and ligases. So practice makes man perfect. Understood na? Right. Whenever you feel difficult, you try to follow coding system. The same code practice once or twice on paper. Obviously, code also inculcate in our brain. I will discuss step by step all enzyme groups. First one, oxidoreductase enzymes, right? Oxido means oxidation. Reduct means reduction. What is oxidation? Oxidation means addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen from a substrate. Addition of oxygen to the substrate or removal of hydrogen from the substrate is known as oxidation. Reduction means reverse. Addition of hydrogens to the substrate or removal of oxygen from the substrate is known as reduction. You may have heard oxidation reactions, reduction reactions in chemistry. Yes or no? Right? Oxidoreductase enzymes also called dehydrogenases. These enzymes catalyze chemical reactions. Okay. Simple example. Yes, reduction plus S1 oxidation. Here subgroups are there, na? So oxidoreductase enzymes catalyze chemical reaction by removing subgroups. Subgroups transfer between a pair of substrates such as S and S1. S means first substrate. S1 means second substrate. S and S1. S stands for substrate. Substrate 1. S1 means substrate 2. Remember like this, right? Then result S oxidation, S oxidation plus S1 reduction. S1 reduction. Observe the difference between substrates and end products. In first condition means substrates, S reduction, S1 oxidation. But in end products, S oxidation, reverse. S1 reduction, quite opposite. Because subgroups transfer from substrate 1 to substrate 2. Understood now? A simple example. Malate NAD plus gives rise to OAA, oxaloacetic acid plus NADH2. Here malate is yes, NAD plus is S1, OAA is yes, NADH2 is S1. OAA stands for oxaloacetic acid. Oxaloacetic acid. Oxaloacetic acid. Right? NAD plus stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It is one of the cofactors, right? So malate bind with NAD plus. Then malate converts into oxaloacetic acid and NAD plus turn into NADH2. Means reduction. NAD plus reduced to NADH2. Here hydrogen added. Hence it is called reduction. So these types of chemical reactions catalyzed by oxidoreductase enzymes, also called dehydrogenase enzymes. This is general NCERT example. NCERT simple equation. It is extra information. For your understanding, extra information with one example. Try to understand. Everyone practice these chemical structures, chemical equations, reactions once or twice on paper. Without practicing, you may not remember these many reactions. Right? Next to second one, transferases. Transferases. The term transfer itself explains its meaning. Transferase enzymes catalyze transfer of groups between a pair of substrates. A simple example, go through simple example. Glucose plus ATP is equals to glucose 6-phosphate plus ADP. This is substrate, first substrate. S1, second substrate. First substrate glucose and second substrate ATP. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. ATP also called energy currency. Transferase enzymes catalyze transfer of groups between a pair of substrates like S and S1. Then what happened? When ATP release one phosphate, means that phosphate transfer to glucose. Obviously glucose converted to glucose 6-phosphate. Then ATP become ADP. D means adenosine diphosphate. D means di. T means tri. Simple example. Hope you understood. Next, third one, hydrolases. Hydrolase enzymes. Hydrolysis means addition of water. These enzymes catalyze or hydrolysis of bonding such as carbon bond, carbon oxygen bond, carbon nitrogen bond, or carbon halide bond, okay, or phosphate oxygen bond, etc. Hydrolases catalyze hydrolysis of bonds, various types of bonds. Example, carbon carbon bond, carbon oxygen bond, carbon nitrogen bond, and carbon halide band, or phosphorus oxygen bond, etc. So hydrolysis enzymes break these bonds by hydrolysis, that means addition of water. Such enzymes are called hydrolysis enzymes. Okay. Simple example, fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, fructose 1,6 bisphosphate plus H2O water gives rise to fructose 6-phosphate plus inorganic phosphate. PI means reverse, inorganic phosphate. Inorganic phosphate. Simple example, fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is a type of sugar, hexose sugar, plus water, because hydrolysis na, by adding water break carbon carbon bond or carbon oxygen bond, carbon nitrogen bond, and so on. Therefore fructose 1,6 bisphosphate converts into fructose 6-phosphate plus inorganic phosphate. It is the best example of hydrolysis enzymes. These enzymes usually catalyze these types of chemical reactions. Next, fourth one, liases. Liases. These types of enzymes usually catalyze removal of groups from substrates, and they follow different types of mechanisms other than the hydrolysis. They follow different types of mechanisms other than the hydrolysis by leaving double bond. Look here, general formula, carbon X, Y. Here X and Y are called group. This is substrate. These two are substrates. Gives rise to look here, liases remove groups from substrates by following different mechanisms other than the hydrolysis, not hydrolysis, other than the hydrolysis, by leaving double bond. It is the best and general formula of liases. For example, organosuccinic acid. Organosuccinic acid convert into arginine plus fumaric acid Organosuccinic acid converts into arginine plus fumaric acid. Here subgroups eliminated. from substrate, and it forms double bond by leaving double bond. It is the best example for ligases. Next, fifth one, isomerases. Isomerases. Isomers. Isomers means isomerism. Means organic compounds or carbon compounds with similar number of carbons called isomers. Isomerism means one organic compound converted into another organic compound, or vice versa. That is called isomerism. So isomerase enzymes play a crucial role in interconversions. Okay, simple example. Ribose 5-phosphate. Ribose 5-phosphate convert into ribulose. Ribulose 5-phosphate. Plus inorganic phosphate. So look here, isomerase enzymes catalyze interconversions of optical or geometrical or positional isomers. Optical or geometrical or positional isomers, etc. So these isomers play a crucial role in interconversions. That means what? Simple example, ribose 5-phosphate convert into ribulose 5-phosphate plus inorganic phosphate. On the other hand, ribulose 5-phosphate plus inorganic phosphate reconvert, means reverse direction, into ribose 5-phosphate. That are called interconversions. I am showing here double arrow mark. Understood now? So these interconversions between optical, geometrical or positional isomers. That is the function of isomers. The last one, ligases. Sixth one, ligages. Ligage means joining. Ligage equals to join. These enzymes join, it make linking, join or linking. An enzyme which make joining or linking between two different compounds. Such enzymes are called ligases. Usually ligases make joining between two different types of compounds. Some examples: carbon oxygen, carbon sulfur, carbon nitrogen. Okay, etc. Carbon oxygen, between carbon sulfur, or between carbon nitrogen, etc. So ligase enzymes play a crucial role in linking of two different types of compounds. An example, glutamic acid plus ATP plus ammonia gives rise to glutamine. Glutamine plus ADP plus inorganic phosphate. Simple example, glutamic acid, it's one of the amino acids, right? ATP, adenosine triphosphate, energy currency, ammonia. In presence of glutamase enzyme, ATP release energy. By taking energy, ammonia means amino group transfer to glutamic acid. So the combination of glutamic acid plus amino group is called glutamine. 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 Glutamic, the combination of glutamic acid and amino group combined together called glutamine. After that, ATP become ADP plus inorganic phosphate, because their ATP provided energy by releasing terminal phosphate. Terminal phosphate. Then ATP become ADP plus inorganic phosphate. In such a way, ligases make bonding or linking, joining or linking between two adjacent or two different compounds. These are the various types of enzymes. So IUBMB, International Union of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, classified all enzymes into 6 groups, 6 classes based on their structure and function. Hope you understood. Are you getting my point? Okay, today I stop here. Rest of the part let me continue next video. After completion of watching this whole video, immediately read the same topic in NCERT paragraph lines. At the same time, practice once a graphical representation of pH, temperature, substrate concentration, that means Michaelis-Menten constant graph. Next, enzyme inhibition. Inhibition types, competitive inhibition and a non-competitive inhibition with examples. Practice on paper. Understood now? Then nomenclature of enzymes, various types of enzymes, their naming method and all. After that, classification of enzymes. Okay, next small topic is their cofactor. We'll discuss cofactor in next video. That is the last topic in biomolecule chapter. After completion of cofactors, immediately I start new chapter, that is photosynthesis in higher plants. Photosynthesis in higher plants. That is a very broad chapter, very interesting chapter. It has more weightage in both NEET objective exam, set exam as well as board exams. That's why I selected third chapter, that is photosynthesis in higher plants. Understood now? Thank you very much. Bye. See you and prepare well.